I promise that as London Mayor, I will dump all ULEZ, yes all ULEZ and any signs of pay-per-mile plans that will evolve out of the epidemic of cameras springing up in Greater London, writes Howard Cox. Judge Swift at the High Court threw out 3 claims from the 5 London boroughs in the judicial review on the ULEZ expansion in London. His illogical ruling has now given Sadiq Khan carte blanche to fleece drivers for driving perfectly good diesel and petrol cars that have passed their smoke emission MOT tests. Just watch him crow at every opportunity. This is in my opinion a travesty of justice. The Mayor of London has used factually incorrect health fatality data along with his manipulation of a public consultation to a motive to implement a policy that even his own TfL have shown will make no demonstrable difference to the air we will breathe inside the M25. Yet the judge could not rule on the decision to expand the cash-grabbing scheme itself. He could only rule on how the decision was arrived at. And sadly the fact the scheme was ruled as an adjunct to London's existing ULEZ zone was not in any way a new scheme to be debated and approved by all of the Assembly members. And that the public consultation had clear and sufficient information supplied along with ample details of the scrappage scheme were ruled in the Mayor's favour too. Had the borough councils challenged on the basis that 2 out of 3 respondents objected to the plan and that 5,000 Fair Fuel UK respondents to the consultation were excluded in the results, frankly shows how corrupt our local democracy has become. It is worth understanding that Sadiq Khan's policy is based on his tirade of emotive expletives not fact. 4,000 people have not died in London from vehicle emissions as this dishonest ego-driven career politico preaches from his City Hall pulpit. I challenged this bare-faced lie 6 years ago and now the respected Climate Debate UK and the respected Together Declaration decided to have a closer look too. Here's their take. The science is clear. Khan is pathologically wrong. The 4,000 deaths figure comes from a report by the Environmental Research Group at Imperial College, who used estimates of risk produced by the Committee on the Medical Effects of Pollution, COMEAP. But COMEAP finds no evidence of a causal relationship between air pollution and deaths, and advises against implying that they have, requiring that caveats and uncertainties are communicated clearly. Some COMEAP scientists argued that even these cautions aren't enough, because mortality risk estimates would mislead the public into believing that air pollution is causally associated with an increased risk of death. A generous interpretation of COMEAP's findings is that radical pollution reduction policies may extend life expectancy by 2 months. In their report, they point out that this hypothetical benefit is trivial when compared to the better evidenced relationship between income and health, both of which will be damaged by Khan's cash-grabbing policies. What we have in this London Mayor is a master of taking a 1% truth and making that into an unconsulted, undemocratic, unopposed policy. But what was even more disturbing, the 5 Tory councils that initiated the judicial review presented their case very badly and without any nous. Had they taken on the fact that Sadiq Khan has used lies and manipulation to get the ULEZ expansion in place, today's High Court ruling would have been in London's favour. The Conservatives have done themselves no favours and 7 years in opposition shows that this Labour Mayor remains untouchable at City Hall.